All right. What was it? Oh yeah. So I was in church, and I don't know. I guess I got bored, like without telling myself. I pulled up my phone, and Miss Patricia saw me. So I had to. I was like, oh, I got my Bible on my phone, which I do. Like you can pull out, like the Bibles are on the phones now. I don't know when the last time you were at church.
Oh fuck, 2002.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have Bibles on phones back then. But now it's like, it's common. Like people are like, hey, turn in your Bibles, blah blah. People start whipping out their phones.
That's weird.
It's. I remember when this one dude I saw do a sermon from his Palm Pilot. So before smartphones, there was Palm Pilots.
I remember that.
And people at the church got a little bit pissy about it. Like, where's the Bible? It's like, it's not the book. It's what's in the book.
Yeah.
But I was dead wrong because I was on TikTok and the volume kind of was still You open TikTok, it's always like somebody yelling. But I kind of played it off a little bit. Just got to, instincts, turned it off real quick.
It's funny because when you're home just chilling and you open TikTok or whatever, the volume's all the way low. And when you're somewhere you don't have to be, the fucking volume's all the way up. You know what I mean? Yo. Like at home, usually I'm putting up the volume, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yo, so, but I played I played the role of like a shitty grandson with Miss Patricia this weekend because it was her 93rd birthday, 93rd, maybe 94th, and I missed it. So it was Saturday.
You missed it. You missed telling her happy birthday, but you spent the day with her, didn't you?
I spent the next day with her.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it was like I still texted her on her birthday, but. Like, hey, how you doing? A little joke, blah, blah, blah. But never did I say happy birthday. So the next day I go to church with her, and I felt like a little coldness when I saw her at church. I felt like a little bit. And I was like, but then when somebody was like, hey, everybody, let's wish Miss Patricia happy birthday. I was like, fuck. I almost said it out loud. But I got the point because I was still, like, regardless of what that day was, I was taking her to brunch.
But at that age, I think she doesn't care. I think that you taking her to lunch is just made up for all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
93 is like you don't remember or you didn't say nothing, but once that you understood and you took her out to eat, she was happy.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I don't got time for bullshit. 93, 94, whatever she is.
Yeah, and I think she's like your grandma reminds me of the same. It's like they move around on their own. They're everything that we're told 93 that doesn't happen once you cross 90.
And for those that don't know, my grandma lives with me. So, my grandma is 93. She'll be 94 in this year coming up. And she's active and she's up and going. But my grandma's like total opposite of Miss Patricia. She's like a gangster, you know what I mean? She says she's the queen of a neighborhood here in San Diego.
Yo, she run that National City?
National City is her neighborhood.
Yeah. Yo, that's Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia runs OB. But that's two different. That's a West Side Story, like a motherfucker.
Yeah, she's north of the 8 freeway, so it separates them.
Yo, that's a great putting it, and that's how I want to be. Like every year, Miss Patricia gets. I'm like, I can get that year. You know what I mean? It's like it just gotta. I think it's diet. Like I turn 50 next year.
I you know what? My grandma she's healthy, but I think it's state of mind too.
That I think that the most
she doesn't think she's like the other day my wife took her to do her eyebrows, and I don't know much about it, so forgive me, but they got these little tattoos that are temporary. They're only there for like 4 or 5 months, if I'm correct. My wife will correct me. And my grandma didn't like how one eyebrow looked. She said it was thicker. It looked the same to me. So what I did is I snapped a picture of it, showed it to her, and she says, "Oh, you're right." Because every time she looked at herself in the mirror, she was like, so her eyebrows look bigger than normal, So she's happy now, but it's her state of mind. She still thinks I'm speaking for my grandma. Mm-hmm. She still thinks she's young. She still thinks she's beautiful, what she is, and she's still active.
I think yes, and that's the key. It's like if you see yourself as old, that's that's the nail in your coffin.
Yeah,
like that was one of the things. Like when I was a comedian. One of the biggest comedian tropes is when a comic turns 30, because now they can start telling the I'm old jokes. And I'm like, you dumb motherfuckers! Like you're starting to nail your coffin shut. Because by the time they're 40, they're really into the I'm old jokes. And like, listen to comics that you guys. I mean, everybody follows comics. I follow. My favorite comic right now is Anthony Jeselnik. Like every joke he tells, I'm freaking probably going to hell for laughing at.
I got to get up on the comedians, bro. I'm old school.
But
like
yeah,
Joe Torre.
Joe Torre, yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about like, you know, Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
You know, those. I watched all those guys.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't know? Okay, the new ones.
I don't know none of the new ones. The new one that I know, but he's not new, is like because he's hip on YouTube, is Bill Burr, and that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, he's getting like.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't keep up with comedy. No
I would
more.
like to think that he's about to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a new comedians, I don't know no one. Maybe you can put me up on game on that, but I don't know any of them.
Yeah, no, there's a couple new guys coming through.
Trisha. Well, no, Tisha. What's her the young black ladies and everything?
Ooh,
that Cat Williams found her. No, not Cat Williams.
I know
Kevin Hart.
Kevin, I know who you're talking about. She's not a comedian.
No,
she's an actress.
Okay,
she's a great actress, a funny actress, but she did stand up.
How about Cat Williams?
Cat Williams is absolutely hilarious.
Is he still active?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like that dude is. I follow him on TikTok.
I love his state of mind, bro. How he is. I love his mentality.
Yeah. Yes. I think that having a mentality that's just strong and you know, like it just says, it screams fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I really don't care. That's all. This is who I am. I'm gonna, and if you laugh, you laugh. I think that's it. So change it. The mentality is always, you know, but like one comic that's really good right now is who I really like. And I really don't like a lot of comics. I just don't. I don't. Actors, comics, I'm just like, eh. Nate Bargatze. He just hosted Saturday Night Live a couple weeks ago. Is that nobody?
Sorry, I don't know that. But
no, see, and that's, I shout out to you. Like, there's nothing wrong with not knowing like what's going on out in the world.
Yeah, I don't really keep up with it unless it's boxing.
Mm-hmm. And that's cool.
And football and baseball. But boxing.
Baseball, Texas Rangers just won the World Series.
Yeah, they won Bruce Bochy. You know, he was the coach for the Padres for a while, and the Giants.
That's who he was?
He started with the Padres as a catcher, and then he became a coach for the Padres years later, and he took us to the World Series, but that year we played the Yankees, and they swept us. I think it was 96 or 95.
Yankees are, I would say, a few years from being back to playoff bound. Hopefully, but this is a big year because Shohei can be wearing new colors, and White Sox just let go of Tim Anderson. He's a shortstop. That you remember? Some dude from the Guardians knocked them out.
Hey, but all the big names in baseball didn't make it to the World Series.
No, it was the teams that nobody would have expected.
Exactly, like all that. Shohei Ohtani, please.
Don't think
I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but he's just one player. Like, look at Bryce Harper. You know, he was. You know, like there's big names out there. None of them. You need a whole team.
Yeah,
and these guys are making so much money that they can't get any other better players no more because they're fucking capped out. There's no salary cap, but baseball doesn't have a salary cap, but teams do.
Yeah, no. Like they just can't afford to.
I just saw the Padres took out a $50 million loan this year.
A loan?
A loan because, and they said, and then I was reading about it that most teams do take out loans because they have TV contracts. But this one, Bellz TV dropped out of the race for baseball for broadcasting the fights. I mean the games. So the Padres took that hit, $50 million. They lost $50 million because the broadcasting.
Man, see, okay, so my brain's saying, okay, you didn't lose $50 million, you're just not getting $50
exactly
million.
Yeah, because every game they sold out right behind. They were the 5th most sold out team this year.
Yeah, make it work. We're not loaning you any money. I think you're too big to help.
Yeah,
like you know that we used to say, oh, it's too big to fail. Like you're too big to help.
Yeah,
right. So
it's funny how all these multi-billionaires, fucking hedge fund money motherfuckers, always take out loans.
They know what they know how money works. Like once
I would use my own money. I'd be broke probably.
You know what someone said as I read and it blew my mind? I'm closer to being a millionaire than Jeff Bezos.
Why is that?
Because it's like that's how much I only need $1 million to become a millionaire.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Bezos needs to lose $1 billion.
Never thought about
to become
it like
a millionaire. Yeah. Like how tragic would that be? It would.
For you, it's a victory. For him, it's a failure, right?
Right. You know, it's like you can't. But do you think there would ever be like a competitive person? It's like, all right, I made it to a billionaire. I want to see if I can do it again and just get rid of it all and start over.
No security. You never know. Some people are like this. Some people might say, "Fuck it, let's do it again."
I don't think
That wouldn't surprise me if somebody did it.
It would surprise me if they succeeded. It would not surprise me if they, got.
But they already have the recipe for success.
They had the recipe for success. That's why no one ever does it the same way.
10, 20 years passed from their success. Yeah, they had it.
Yeah, like Jay-Z came up in the rap game the way he came up.
Will he come up now?
If he started, no, I don't think so. I think there's a new recipe for rap now that I don't think he would do well in.
Yeah.
It's like really, how do I say these words out loud? It's kind of a weakness and kind of rap has a silliness to it right now that I really am losing. It's losing me on. And Jay-Z was so real, like with his albums and with his messages, that I don't think it would sell right now.
It wouldn't hit, huh?
I don't think Tupac would hit.
Kind of like what we were talking about when we were having food. Al Bundy would
like,
not make it in TV right now.
When they say like what you can and can't air, like I always see that as like this would never show on air. Then they always show an Al Bundy clip.
I love Bernie Mac, and his shows wouldn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Not even his comedy. Sissy Boy, when he talks about Sissy Boy, his nephew, and all that shit. That shit would not make it, bro.
I'm thinking about him talking about his stuttering nephew. That's just hilarious.
These times are crazy. The gender reveals.
Yeah.
I heard the other day somebody say that
for babies, not for adults.
I'm sorry for the baby gender reveals. Well, there's people saying that that's not fair because the baby might not feel like he's a boy or a girl.
I know. That's why I was like, I
guess it's never mind.
No. Like let's make it that podcast. Let's make it that podcast. It's like. I saw one joke. One dude joked. He said,
"I'm becoming Al Bundy right now, dog."
We'll name our kids numbers right now to keep them from worrying about gender. And then he said, "Well, then they'll just be mad that they're an odd number, not an even number."
That's true. So let's do what you talking about, Jared?
Wait, not Jared Anderson. First, let's talk about the Tyson Fury fight. Did you ever watch that?
No, I seen the highlights. I'm disappointed.
Okay. I was disappointed in Tyson Fury, too, for not just making it a monster show. It reminded me of Mike Tyson versus, what was his name when this first fight out of?
Peter McNeely.
McNeely in Boston. It reminded me of that from the sense of Tyson was ready to murder that dude. But I don't think Tyson Fury... I think he went the other way with this. He just didn't take his opponent serious.
He's not programmed that way.
He didn't take his opponent serious. And this guy was ready to fight.
Yeah, but I'm not to say he didn't take him serious is like not giving respect to, and I can't pronounce his name and I feel bad.
That's why I'm staying away from it.
But that motherfucker came in with a strong mindset and came right after him. You good?
Yeah, it's Maggie.
Why is she calling us right now? She knows we're fucking filming. I lost my... yeah, that heavyweight came in with a strong mindset, came after him, and just showed what determination, and he took on legitimately the best heavyweight right now. Mm-hmm. The people can argue he's one of the best, and he put him on his ass.
Yep. And that now, like, we're looking to see what else he can do
now
in
these
boxing.
Fucking MMA guys think they could come in now.
Well, let them. Honestly, it's good for the sport. They're not going to do well.
No, that's an exception.
That is an exception. And but it is good for the sport. And what the MMA guys...
And he wanted to box, correct? You were saying that last time. He wanted to be a boxer.
Mm-hmm. And he really came in and showed himself as a boxer.
He looked like a boxer.
Yep. And someone said that...
Except for that Superman punch.
Yeah, that was.
I seen that on TikTok.
I think I know what you're talking about. What did it look like?
They jump in the air and you throw a punch.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, you could look at it and find it. Post it if you see it, if people can see it.
All right, I'll dig it up. What's his name? Somebody hit me with Dwayne hit me with that when I was my rookie year.
Oh, Dwayne, weapons free Dwayne.
Yeah, he jumped up there, did a spinner, and I had on the body bag of the body whatever shield, and he just done a spin, boom, put me on the fence, put me on the ropes. I was like, "You son of a bitch!"
I hate Dwayne. He knows I love him.
But so somebody said to me, and this was you take this however you want. They said that Tyson Fury wanted to win this match, but not by a lot, so that people would be more invested in his next fight.
I think that hurt him more than anything because, everything's a rating, the game, and stock. And
you think this brought his stock down?
Yeah. I mean, come on, bro. You fought a guy with no pro boxing fights. He might be what he is in MMA, but you literally fought a guy with no pro.
Who had to learn how to box.
Who had to change his whole. He had to restrain himself from kicking, from taking down, from everything. And then Tyson Fury hit him with an elbow, bro, of all things.
That was disappointing.
Come on, bro. It's like that. And it's just, to me, I think it hurt him more than anything. And his brother, too, man. They're like embarrassing now, bro. They were like, Tyson Fury was the shit for boxing for a while. Now they're trying to become a joke.
And his brother fought.
I gotta be careful because his dad follows me on Instagram.
Who did Tyson Fury's brother fight? That you were just
not even a boxer. He fought one of the guys, YouTuber. I forgot who it was. He fought him twice.
One of the
he
Paul
fought
brothers.
Logan Paul.
Paul, yeah.
One of the fucking Paul kids.
Mm-hmm. And that's
young man. I'm sorry, I shouldn't disrespect them.
I don't think that. Let me see. How do I say this? Fighting MMA guys, that's good for boxing. Fighting YouTubers, bad for boxing. It's just the wrong. It's only good for gym memberships.
It's good for memberships and for ratings, and
yes.
they pull numbers. But the reason that they're pulling numbers is because legitimate boxers are not fighting each other; they're avoiding each other. So if they would fight each other more, the numbers would be higher. But they don't face each other.
They have to create a watchable.
Now that we're losing these networks, watchable, something good to watch, good product. Right now, I'm training Jose, Javin, Kyle, and Ricky, and to face the best, because now that we're losing networks, there's no more network money. They're gonna have to start fighting the best. There's no more building up like they used to be, and I'm getting them prepared for that. Kyle and Jose went to Texas to spar Ryan Garcia. Yep. They were out there with him. Javin sparred him before. Javin sparred Rayo Valenzuela. They spar a lot of guys, and I'm getting them ready for when they're already pro, but when we get that call on short notice to fight a stud, because that's how it's going to be. You can't pamper these guys no more, and that's going to create a fan base, and it's going to create, and they have to have the personality too for it, and they're all unique in their own personalities.
Yes. And just seeing the distinction between Javin's personality and Jose's personality,
night and day.
I'm like, man, they were bookends. Like one's over here, one's over here. Both great personalities, but different.
One's a nerd and the other one's all serious.
I ain't calling either of them.
I'll call him that. I'm not Javin's like, ew, like he's like
Javin is
Javin. Jose's more like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, Jose is serious, quiet, And Javin smiles. He's like, "You gonna catch it?
I'll fuck you up." And then Kyle's like right in between. He's like, and Ricky don't give a shit.
Oh, Ricky is so fun to watch.
Yeah, and I have Brian Figueroa coming back on Thursday. So
really?
Yeah, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
that's great.
He had to sit some stuff out. He had to sit some things, contract wise, and we're going into this, and I'm excited to have him back. It's just gonna add to Ricky, to Kyle, to Jose, and to Javin.
Now, when we just had Canelo spar at the gym.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's going to be training there for a while, but he's off and on. He stays relevant. It was cool when they called me. They said, "Hey, Joe, is it possible for Canelo to train at the gym?" And I said, "Yeah, but do I have to close the gym?" No, he doesn't care. He just gym courtesy.
That was the thing. When it was happening, well, we still had to nobody's gonna stay around. But one thing that struck me was how you got to act like that's a normal person.
Yeah, they don't want to be treated any special, but they don't also want to be. You're talking about the fans, right? I'm talking about.
No,
the members at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never seen so many members stay after class.
Or show up.
I had the whole fucking bleachers full of people.
Yeah.
And usually when class is over, they're gone.
Yep.
I'm like saying bye to them as they're leaving. This time I had to get everybody out.
The guy was such a giant. Like to see him in person.
In presence, yeah.
I was like, oh my, he is a giant, and and you got to see his technique of
You
punching
see
in the
him
arm.
spar, and when he spars in person, huh?
Yeah,
You see you see Canelo how respectful he is when he spars guys. I can say his size, like Palomita.
Mm-hmm.
He beats up everybody at the gym. Canelo was just playing with him.
he was like grabbing on the rope.
He took the power off.
Mm-hmm.
Started working with him. When he was sparring Osuna, the big kid, 175 pounder, them shots you can hear him all the way to the fucking bathroom. Like
That's
boom,
boxing.
boom.
It becomes a real sport.
Our gym is like over 6,000 square feet. The boxing area, you can hear it at the very corner.
Yep.
The ring's in one corner. You can hear it at the very end. And then when he sparred Ricky, he just sparred Ricky for fun, and they were having a great time. Ricky was just like, "You think I could spar Canelo, coach?" I said, "No, not at all." That motherfucker went ahead and asked Eddie when I wasn't watching, bro. And then Eddie goes, "Is it okay if Ricky comes in the ring too?" And I look at Ricky, he's smiling, and I'm like, "Fucking Ricky," But but Canelo had the most fun with him. They were playing, they were working. Ricky was trying to punch him, and then he would tell, "I saw Gordo." Canelo was working right in Gordo's corner, and Canelo was working with Ricky, and he said something to Gordo. So I asked Gordo, "What did he tell you?" He says, "My son hits harder than this guy."
Oh my God.
His son is like 3 or 4. I think.
know.
Yeah.
That's why it hurts.
But that was Canelo. Canelo kept coming, and I said, "Hey, Canelo, is there anything different? You want me to do anything different when you're here? You want me to shut it down?" He goes, "Joe, I'm from the hood too, man."
Mm-hmm.
He said like that. They don't bother me. Nothing bothers me. I said, "Cool, man. I appreciate it." Because I don't want to get members out, but I don't want members, just sticking around, and they're never there. And then I asked everybody not to take a picture with him, or don't ask him for a picture. Don't ask him to film. The right time will come, and he'll take him with you guys. The right time came for Ricky and for Rafa. They took pictures of him on the floor chilling. Canelo's hugging them. They don't look like your typical pictures when you ask when a fan asks them, because now they're interacting.
Hero worship is different.
Yeah,
it is different. I told Duck gave me the heads up. He was like, "Hey, no silly shit."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Hey man, no, I'm a legit. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna get my hug from him, and then I'll go." And Duck, when I said hug, Duck said, "If you hug that man, I will cancel your membership."
No, and then I told Mike, "Hey Mike, Canelo's coming to the gym. Can you help? I'm gonna tell the guys not to take pictures or videos." So he goes, Mike was helping me with it.
Right.
So Mike came and told somebody in the front desk not to take pictures or videos. I don't know how they figured it out, but all the CrossFit people, they came over, and I'm like, it seems like we told everybody to come.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bro. But then
the whispers, the grapevine. Yeah.
Canelo's here. Well, yeah, you have a Lamborghini parked in front of the gym.
That'll help.
Yeah, that doesn't. Back Lamborghinis pulls up, and you're like, oh shit.
Oh man, but yeah, that was a great. I felt like it was good for me because that Monday he was there twice. I missed the first Monday because I slept in like a jackass, and that was the huge lesson for me. It's like, oh, okay, no more sleeping in. But then just seeing it again, but just seeing that greatness up close.
And he's so polite. He's quiet, respectful. Comes in, does
no
his work.
entourage.
No.
Yep.
It's just his team.
Mm-hmm.
He got he just has his actual team, and his team is all guys he grew up with.
Man, that's got to mean a lot.
Yeah,
that's got to mean a lot. See, let's move along and talk about Keyshawn Davis. He's recently been suspended for 90 days. And now, because of it's just a 90, Keyshawn Davis heavyweight, I really don't know how to talk about these boxers more than that yet.
I mean, marijuana.
You think it was marijuana?
That's what they said it was.
Oh, that's what okay, because I've been trying to find out what it was.
No, it was marijuana. And that's what I could tell people. Like, for me, I don't know why it's considered a banned substance. And I'm not going to argue why it is or why it's not. I just know it's banned in boxing, so we don't use it. That's why people ask me what's my thoughts on it. I'd be like, I don't have a thought that we can't use it.
Right.
He's never came out dirty before to this fight. In this fight, he underperformed. Can we blame the marijuana? I mean, I don't know. But he wasn't the best Keyshawn that we've been seeing, and it just goes to show you that.
And that fight got changed to a no decision.
No decision.
No contest.
No contest. Yeah. So,
because before I want to make it clear. Okay, I did not know it was marijuana because I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But from what I was able to gather, I was like, okay, it's not a PED.
No, it's marijuana. It's marijuana. I think as a fan, you cheat the fans.
Yeah,
you cheat the fans. You don't give them the best Keyshawn Davis.
I think, and marijuana is such trust me, someone who lived on that, lived on that. and now I don't. It's a challenge not existing on marijuana. It's a real challenge. I saw a CBD commercial that looked like they were just selling crack. You know, this lady, like one of the, you know how commercials would be now. It's like, I take CBD and now life is so much better. Like, I'm like, okay, that's drug talk. Yeah. But she took it a step further. It goes, I can't deal with my kids until I take CBD. I was like, you're the worst mom ever. But yeah, it's like, I remember when I was doing marijuana, it's like, matter of fact, one of the reasons I quit was because I was at the gym and you gave us instructions and sent us off to hit. And I kept doing it wrong, but over and over, the same wrong over and over. And then the dude holding mitts for me just stops and goes, what the fuck? And then I went, oh yeah, I'm high. And then I changed it. And I couldn't control my brain. I couldn't control me. I just kept doing the same thing over and over wrong. And I remember when I was 30 days off of it, I went up to that guy. I was like, hey, remember that day? He was like, yeah. It's like, I was high then. I'm 30 days off now. So you really have to get to know yourself outside of weed. Sha'Carri Richardson, that was another one. She took a huge loss, the track star.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she's killing it again. She's back.
And, that's the girl the Olympic girl? The girl that oh, yeah. I saw her when she lost. She came in second place, no third place when she lost. What happened?
Well, it wasn't that she lost. It's like she tested positive.
That's right. I'm sorry.
They took her opportunities, and so now she's back, and she's the fastest chick in the world. But it's just I'm so happy. But yeah, these systems are anti-weed.
No, but when now you were saying something, I didn't want to interrupt you. You were saying about you said the word disconnecting. Mm-hmm. One time I was talking. Every time I talk to people about weed, they get insulted. They get like mad, like I'm judging them or I'm picking at them. And one guy says, "Coach, you don't understand. Like it opens up your mind to a different level." I said, "Yeah, and also closes a lot of other doors in your mind. It does enhance some thought process. You know, usually it's something about being creative, but meanwhile, your reactions are not there."
I look back at my creative side. I've created so much in the past 10 years, and And I look at some of the things where I was high and I was creative. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, some things embarrassing, but some things make sense.
They don't. Because one thing that weed does, it makes everything you do cool. It removes your self-critique. Like, you're just like, oh, I got this. I'm going to do this right. And I'm like, oh, my God, I was high. I'm sorry. But one thing I did want to talk about is, I didn't want to speculate that I don't want this to be that podcast. What if he took steroids? No, but that is a thing, and PEDs are an issue. Yeah, and I feel like I realized, even thinking about it, I kind of have a double standard with PEDs. Baseball, I don't give a shit. Cycling, I used to be a cyclist. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't even drink Red Bulls before meets.
That's why you wear those little gay ass hats you gave me because of cycling.
Yeah,
that's
why I have. That's why I have all those.
Yeah. I just didn't know. I barely figured that out.
Yeah. I used to be a cyclist. Early 2000s.
You wear tight spandex too?
Yep, I got a few of the shirts in that closet.
Do the spandex still fit you?
Yeah. Well, no. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. So performance enhancement.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
Performance enhancement.
But yeah, but
it didn't bother you.
It didn't really bother
because nobody's causing harm.
In boxing, it's gonna help you hurt somebody more.
It does and it doesn't.
Really?
A lot of boxers, like Fernando Vargas, he fought Oscar de la Hoya on performance enhancement drugs and he got knocked out. Mm-hmm. It's like when I don't know the science behind it because I'm gonna sound like I know what I'm talking about, but from what I hear, a lot of guys now. Like maybe Fernando was taking the wrong steroid, because there's steroids that you don't get tired as much. Mm-hmm. There's steroids that make you stronger. There's different steroids for different things.
Steroids that just help you fight allergies.
Some of my steroid people might know. So, yeah, I mean, it didn't help Fernando when he did it with Oscar de la Hoya, and there's a lot of guys have done it who lost fights.
One of the reasons who've done it, you think they lost fights because they did it?
I think they don't know what they were doing, and they thought they went into it thinking they have they're physically stronger, and then no matter how strong you are, if you don't land shots or you land shots and they don't go nowhere, you're gonna start getting weak soon
and tired.
Yeah, and tired.
Yeah. I mean, weak being tired, but still, like there's that extra thing, that extra exhaustion that comes.
I meant weak because your mind gets weak. Because if you're doing these things to think that you're gonna have an advantage and you don't have it, you start thinking, "Fuck."
Yeah, you're like, what do I do? Like, you run out. But I don't like the stigma. Like, I don't want to say stigma. A lot of people hear somebody does steroids and think that they're doing that instead of working out. You got to work out like a monster to activate these steroids in your body. So to me, I'm just like, they're still kind of monsters. If they want to do it, they can do it. But if they're doing it and it's going to help them hurt somebody more, I'm like, don't do that. You gotta only hurt someone with your God-given.
You're playing with somebody's life.
Yeah, but there's so many other ways to cheat in boxing. Not that I'm advocating them. I'm just saying, what is there? Taking padding out of
the
gloves,
putting some. I can't even pronounce that word. Paris cast on your wraps.
Yeah. What? Yeah, there is a word for that.
There is a word for that. I can't think of it right now.
Where's Maggie?
Maggie, where the hell are you? There's a lot of ways, you know. That's just some of the ones that we know. And I've seen one where guys take smelling salts in the corner. It's illegal. I've seen where they
because it just wakes them back up.
Panama Lewis got suspended from boxing for life for putting an asthma pill in water, and that's a famous video. It's on. You can look it up on YouTube. He goes, "Give me the water, not that one, the one I mixed." Like, what do you mix water with? You know?
Really?
Yeah.
And so what did that water?
It opens up your lungs. So when you're tired and exhausted,
advantage.
it just puts in the cells that you need to recover faster in your lungs. And
in baseball, there's always that kind of the batter always has the disadvantage. He's that one guy is against 9 guys, and sometimes he's against those 9 guys plus the umpire. Okay, so and with that in cycling, I was like,
and if you're in a rival stadium and the fans,
so you got it's like 11 on 1. And with cycling, I've always thought, well, what if the guy you're going up against is doping? I'm like, he's gonna need that to beat me.
Pedal faster.
Yeah, that's just it. And so. But like I said, if I find out like somebody else is doping, and I gotta fight that guy, like I don't want to fight him. He's gonna hit me with Superman strength.
He still has to know how to fight.
That's true, but I'm still learning how to fight.
I didn't tell you this. On Friday, we're filming a video at the gym, and this guy, no disrespect to nobody, this is me expressing myself. I walk in the gym, me, Coach Vince, and Adam. I don't know if you know the story already.
No, I don't.
Walk in the gym on Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
And me and Coach Vince are going to do a video for the arena page. Adam's filming it. Adam's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
Vince is an MMA coach, a Muay Thai fighter. I'm one of the boxing coaches, former boxer. We have it's like 2 o'clock. It's the dead time at the gym, right?
Yep.
We have about 3-4 people in there. I walk in. There's this dude that looks like he's on the cast of Jersey Shore, right? He got a tank top. Fucking skin's darker than me. He's a Caucasian fella.
Caucasian fella.
He has his glasses with the gold rim around him. And I walk in and I get a sense like, this dude's an asshole. But I don't know him, so I'm not going to say anything to him.
That's just your first read?
Yeah, I just read him like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes on the bag. We're getting ready. We're getting mic'd up, and we're getting ready to start filming. And then we start. Once we get ready and we're ready to film, we tell everybody to shut it down for like 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. They can stay in the gym while we film this video. He's hitting the bag with this. He looks chiseled, bro. Like he looked like I saw steroids in him. Put it that way. He's hitting the bag every which way but the right way. It's just fucking hitting. So the bag swinging and the chain of the bag and everything. So. We tell Jay, hey, go tell him to be quiet real quick because he has headphones on. So he's not hearing us screaming at him. Right. And Jay tells him, hey, can you be quiet for a little bit? For what reason? And because they're going to film a video. I didn't just pay this fucking membership for they can film.
Roid rage.
Yeah, he just got mad. I go, hey, bro, just chill out. And I was trying to take the respectful way because I was like, I'm not going to yell at him because I'm always the one to yell. I'm always the one to get mad. And then Coach Vince goes, well, get your fucking money back and get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, oh, yes. He's like, I'll fuck you guys up. I said, well, step in the ring. Come on.
Oh.
But he's saying all this, backing up, walking out slowly.
Really?
So I'm like, when you're talking shit and you're backing up, I already know you're a fucking pussy. I mean, sorry, you're a coward.
Pussy.
Yeah. But he's talking all this shit. So Janelle goes outside trying to defuse the situation. Janelle.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I wouldn't really talk to those guys like that. They're really going to kick your ass. And he's like, no, at first she's like, hey, you're kind of like, and he was like, no, they don't know me. I'll fuck them both up. And Janelle goes, no, you won't. Yeah. No, you won't. Like, not one of them you'll beat up. And he came in the next day he wanted to apologize to us personally.
That's nice.
I said, you could apologize by coming in the ring with me.
Ooh.
They didn't want to. So he
earn that. Earn it.
Yeah, bro. You had the balls to talk
it.
shit and call me out. And so his membership was canceled. He didn't want to do it. I gave him the opportunity. I said, we'll be best friends after. I think when I told him, come on, buddy, we'll be friends after. I think that was it. That he got scared because I wasn't raising my voice. I was smiling. I was just like, just one round, bro. Just one.
I was that. So when you can see that the anger, the devil behind the smile.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I remember when I first saw it, I was like 16. I was driving my dad's 280ZX. And
I like those cars.
Yeah.
Steal them all the time.
Datsuns. Oh my God. I don't know. Every time I see one.
Like a poor man's Corvette.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's so nice. And this guy, we get in a traffic little incident. No collision, but just a close enough call where I can start yelling. I'm 16. I'm driving a fancy car. I can start yelling. And the guy I'm like, motherfucker, blah, blah, learn to drive. He just looks at me and smiles for 5 seconds, then drives away. I was terrified.
Like, I'll kill you.
It felt like he was saying, you're lucky I already got too many bodies in my trunk.
Yeah.
You don't have room for one more.
When a person walks in that doesn't give a shit, literally doesn't give a shit, not that acts tough, that doesn't give a fuck, they have that look in their face. You can sense it. You don't have to not even the look. You can just feel that presence. They make you scared, dog.
Yeah, I always admire that person. Like, one, that's the person I got to be friends with.
Yeah.
It's like, but two, I'm just like, I gotta, no emotions on that.
Speaking of that kind of shit, a couple of months ago, I want to touch this real quick. So you're speaking about gangsterism. We had a little get together at the house. And I have friends when I grew up that were in gangs. I was in a gang growing up. I changed my life, whatever.
He's saying this because his grandmother listens to the podcast.
No, so my grandma's talking to one of my homeboys, one of my friends I grew up with. They're sitting down laughing and talking. I'm not even thinking nothing of it. They're just sitting down talking. My grandma's like the neighborhood celebrity. Everybody knows her because she's our grandma. She has 7 sons and 88 grandsons. So they all know her.
And 94 years on this planet. That's crazy.
And she's awake. She could talk. She's not an old lady. You know?
What do they call that?
Sharp as in.
There's a word for it that they use, but go ahead.
A couple months passed from that day. This was around January. I think around March. One of my friends is going away. He's going to college for 5 years. So he's leaving. So
why are you grinning when you said college?
Yeah, college. He's my age.
You said he's going to college for 5 years.
Federal college. He's going to federal college. I'm leaving all these people's names out.
I got you.
So I tell my wife, babe, are you okay if I go hang out with these guys that I haven't hung around with in over 20 years? Mm-hmm. She was like, yeah, all right, cool. She didn't tell me what time to come home or nothing. I ain't no bitch, but, I'm scared of my wife a little bit,
Yep.
So I end up going. Bro, I got there around 8 o'clock, and there was only like 7 of us. And that day, bro, we were just laughing and talking and giggling. And then my friend that was sitting with my grandma that day tells me, hey, bro, so I just want to put it up on they start talking about gang activity. I thought we were here to just like say hi and this and that. It was nothing bad, but they were just talking about things that happened. Let grandma know we handle that business for you. I said, what business are you talking about? So this guy that we all knew was dating one of my cousins. And he was being rude to my cousin. So my grandma told my friend to just kind of like cascar, like in Spanish they say unos coscorrones, like check them.
Yeah.
Well, about 10 guys jumped that guy.
Oh, your grandmother's word?
On my grandmother's word. And I called my grandma at the time. I said, you got to stop you got to be careful what you say. People are going to respond. And she starts laughing. Haha, that's good.
She says, I know.
She said, that's what I wanted.
Yeah. I
said, Grandma, it could get out of hand bad. She's like, that's what I wanted. I'm like, oh, okay. But the guy learned his lesson.
Okay, no, but also I don't want to just like, it's not just his grandma. This person knows like all of the people. Like I was thumbing through Instagram the other day on Thursday. He's like, oh, Throwback Thursday too. I hung out with freaking Suge Knight.
No, I didn't hang out with him. He came to our house. Well, that's different than hanging out with him. Like that's like I'm trying to hang out with him.
That's deeper than hanging out.
Yeah.
Why is Suge Knight coming to your house?
So
to apologize to your grandmother?
No. No, my grandma wasn't there that day. my homeboy of mine. Okay. I was trying to promote fights in Tijuana.
Okay.
I'll leave names out. There were some powerful people that didn't allow me to do fights because I wasn't part of that inner circle.
Yep.
So I reached out to one of my good friends. I can share his name, my boy George. I tell him, "Hey, bro, I knew he had businesses in Mexico. This dude's Palestinian." I said, "Hey, bro, I fucking trying to do fight." He goes, "What's the matter?" He told me right away. He saw my face, and I go, "I can't do fights in TJ. I know everybody over there." You do? Like, it's Palestinian, and knows more people than me in Mexico. I said, "Oh, this is the people in Tijuana that doesn't let me do fights." He says, "I know how we can make it happen. They've been asking me to bring Suge because they love hip hop in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
These group of guys. So can we make it happen?" I said, "Yeah, bring them." So he ended up telling Suge that my cousin, that my friend, a friend of mine, Elias, was my cousin. So Suge came thinking that I was Elias's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit it off, bro. It was, he fucking played basketball with my kids. He had 3 girls with him. One girl was just rolling his joints. One girl was like his main girl. And the other girl was just chilling with him, like whatever he said. We went to go eat. See, we hung out more than once, right? Here's the best part. He says, "Bro, can I use your bathroom?" I said, "Yeah." Go in the house. My wife's in the living room, pissed, right? Because she sees all the commotion outside.
Right.
I go, "Babe, can Suge not use the bathroom?" She goes, "Yeah, but that's it." I said, what do you mean that's it? She goes, "Don't bring him inside the house." And because my wife didn't like the girls that were with him. She's controlling her house.
Understandable. Yep.
So I like to say my wife kicked Suge Knight out the house.
She said, "Yeah, but that's it."
She showed him the real death row.
That's crazy.
But we ended up going to the soccer game that night with the Cholos. We got VIP treatment. We watched the game with Hank Ron, the owner of the Cholos, in his private booth, and we just kicked it, bro. We had all these security guards with us. That was that one day. He kept coming. Then they gave my son a dune buggy. It was a cool experience, man. Suge, shout out to Suge. I hope he's good, man. He treated me right. He was really good friends with my homeboy Elias. It was my homeboy when we grew up together, and George, my boy George too.
That's cool, man. I've never, honestly, that's like the first human side story of Suge Knight I've ever heard.
You know what's funny?
Because it's always like a monster.
That motherfucker ate 5 lobsters, dog. We were eating seafood in Puerto Nuevo, right? And we're sitting down at this table, and it's a group of us, right? And he's lobster, and he goes, "Joe, ask him if they can deep fry me a lobster." I said, "Oh, okay." I don't even know how they prepare them, right? Because they're full of oil. I don't know how they put them. I don't know how they do it, but he wanted them deep fried without the shell. So they did it for him. They brought it. He was eating it, and he loved the tortillas. But I noticed that, in that part of in that Puerto Nuevo, the music, mariachi comes in, banda, norteño. There's a difference between all of them. They all might sound the same to you. Suge would get a song every single time we won. And then I told him, he would give him, the song was like $5, $7. He'd give him $20, $30 per song. So they would go outside and they would tell somebody else to come in. So these guys just kept coming, Like he probably spent $500 right there just in music.
Just on music.
And I go, "Hey, why do you pay these guys if you don't know what the fuck they're saying?" He goes, "Because I respect the hustle of music."
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I understand. That's cool, man."
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then in that part of Puerto Nuevo, Rosarito, everybody's deported. So Suge wanted to walk around. Guess what? All the deportees, gangsters from LA. What up, Suge? So he's just fucking chilling with everybody. So there is a really good side to him. Every evil person, I'm not saying he's evil. Every bad person has a good side. Every good side has a bad side.
True. Yes. Very few things. Matter of fact, I want to end the podcast on that. Say it again.
Fuck it. Every good person has a bad in them, and every bad person has a good in them.
Just remember that.
Like,
subscribe, comment, do your thing.
Share, motherfuckers, please, man. Get out there.
And we miss Maggie. Yeah, she'd be right over there where I'm pointing. She
would have corrected us in a couple words.
Yeah. Like we got a little bit out of hand today. It was probably because she ain't here to keep us in check.
There's no discipline.
So next time, Max will be here. So you guys are awesome. Take care. Bye.
Peace.
This has been a Point and Yo production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.